The United Kingdom is in the throes of a joblessness crisis that has left economists scratching their heads and the Treasury clutching its purse strings. With over 9 million people economically inactive, the situation is more than just a numbers game. It's a stark wake-up call for Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who has boldly declared that Britain is not working. And he's not wrong. The UK economy is limping along, flatlining faster while the cost of welfare benefits is soaring. The government is shelling out billions to support those unemployed, underemployed, or battling long-term health issues. It's an expensive predicament, with Starmer aiming to slash over £3 billion from the welfare budget within 4 years. His solution? A 4-point strategy dubbed the Get Britain Working Again white paper. But is this plan the golden ticket or just a shiny band-aid for a gaping wound? Well, let's take a look at some numbers. The UK's current employment rate sits at 75%, a number that Starmer wants to boost to 80%. This means coaxing about 2 million people into the workforce, a goal that's ambitious, if not audacious. But the task is monumental. 2.8 million Britons are out of work due to long-term illness, a figure exacerbated by the pandemic. 1.2 million people are actively unemployed. 1 in 8 young people aged 16 to 24 is neither in work nor training, a glaring issue for a nation that prides itself on opportunity. Starmer's plan promises solutions but faces skepticism over whether it addresses the root causes of this systemic crisis. Here's what the Get Britain Working Again white paper proposes. First, guaranteed training and apprenticeships. The government wants to equip young Britons with skills to boost employability. Apprenticeships are a great idea, but critics argue that they often come with low wages and limited progression opportunities. Will these programs actually help, or will they be another exercise in window dressing? Secondly, rebranded job centers. These centers aim to provide tailored resources for job seekers. Think of it as a makeover for Britain's employment support system, with a fresh coat of optimism and promises. Thirdly, independent reviews for inclusive workplaces. Starmer wants to encourage employers to create fairer, more inclusive environments. While this sounds good on paper, critics wonder how much real change can be enforced without binding legislation. After all, you can't exactly guilt-trip CEOs into altruism. And lastly, expanded mental health support. Mental health issues have become a significant barrier to employment. Expanding support services is a crucial step, but critics say it's a piecemeal approach when the National Health Service, NHS, is buckling under pressure. Critics have been quick to point out the plan's flaws, likening it to fixing a broken leg with a plaster. The emphasis on training and compliance has raised eyebrows, especially among young people, who might feel they're being strong-armed into the workforce without adequate job opportunities waiting for them. Moreover, the long-term effects of pandemic-induced illnesses and an aging workforce loom large. Addressing the crumbling NHS, improving workplace conditions, and fostering job creation could tackle the problem more holistically. Starmer's critics also note that threats to cut benefits for non-compliance could backfire, deepening mistrust among those who feel unsupported by the government. It's like asking someone to swim while holding an anchor, and then blaming them for not moving fast enough. For Starmer, this isn't just about job numbers. It's a test of leadership, a defining moment that could either solidify his reputation as a reformer or cast him as a leader offering piecemeal solutions to monumental challenges. For Britain, it's about more than employment statistics. It's about restoring faith in a system that many feel has left them behind. While the white paper is a step in the right direction, it's clear that real change will require deeper reforms, greater investment in public services, and a focus on creating sustainable, high-quality jobs. As Britain wrestles with these challenges, only time will tell if Starmer's plan delivers results or becomes another well-intentioned policy that missed the mark.